Believe I am live now. Broadcasting to anybody that watches this. Opening up the thingy. So the thingy, whoa. Did I just notice? Ah. That actually works really well. Just gotta share it to my Discord. Huh. Something went wrong. There we go. So hype I am is crazy. Begin the game. The game is beginning. Game beginning. Beginning game. Begin now. Game I say. Game I say begin now.
This is
Okay.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I
Stanley
wonder.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I turn my sensitivity down? This sucks. Video. Audio. Camera sensitivity. That should. Still too sensitive. I don't like how sensitive it is. 2. There we go. Stop being
When
so hype.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Okay, I know where I'm going.
Eager to get
I know what
back
I'm
to
doing now.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone else can be difficult.
I don't think I want to go that way. I think that's the way
we
we should go.
Nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for... This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley.
I've gotten this ending. Where am I going again?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, we get it.
Stanley decided to go to the
Trying to
meeting room.
remember which
Perhaps
way I
he
was
simply
going.
missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
How did I get to the red and
Perhaps he
blue
wanted to
door?
stop by the employee lounge
I
first,
don't remember
just to
how
admire
I
it.
did that.
Wow. Yes, this room. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I don't believe you.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
The
foot.
exit.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
I think I found it, guys.
someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you.
Am I going the right way?
But I really do want to help you, to show you something
Oh, yes.
beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to
I love how we're walking so much. We're going so far.
If we just stopped. And I think I have a solution.
No.
Here, let me show you.
Oh my gorshy goodness. Oh. That was gonna fall.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
What?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? No, wait. Where are you going?
Ooh.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Nuh-uh.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Guys, should I jump? Not chat. Should I jump? Cause like I really need to know if I should jump. Like, be honest, is jumping a good idea? Guys, I need advice here. Is jumping a good idea? Nah. I think I got to. I think I've got to jump.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back.
No.
Why are you doing this?
I don't believe you. I need to prove it.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
That's crazy, imagine. I'm just gonna...
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
Oh, I'm so slow.
Anymore. I just wanted to
oh, dang, I'm slow. I'm going...
But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is your...
Yeah, I'm walking pretty slow, it seems. I think my legs are broken. Only if I could see them.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, well, I guess that's happening.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Oh,
room.
that didn't do
Perhaps he
anything.
had simply missed a memo.
Thought that'd at least give me, like, an achievement or an ending.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I'll do that later.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm
So
not sure
do
that
not
we
jump
really
up
are.
while it's
I
moving.
realize that
But what if
investing
I
your
jump
trust
up
in
right
someone
down
else
there
can be
onto those
difficult,
boxes
but the
while
fact
it's not
is that
moving?
The story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really?
I don't remember asking.
Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
The door isn't opening.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time?
I don't believe you. No.
The two of us always trying to get
You
somewhere,
never wanted
isn't
me to be
it?
happy.
Running and running and running, just the way you're doing
Nuh-uh.
right now.
No.
Don't you see that it's killing us,
No.
Stanley?
No.
I wanted to stop.
No. No.
We
No,
would
I don't
both
believe you.
be so much happier
You're lying.
if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Well, I think
Please,
the only way to
Stanley,
go back
think about
down...
what you're doing. No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Whoa!
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can.
Colors!
If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
I'm not gonna stop moving now. Fine. Okay. Colors. Whoa. Look, there's colors. Is there anything else I can do here? Is it just colors? Is that this entire area?
All of his co-workers
That's kind of
were
boring.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know,
Yet
this is
there
kind
was
of
not a
boring.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Come on,
disbelief,
Mr. Narrator,
Stanley
do
decided to go
something
up to
better.
his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during...
Yeah, it was this. It's this ending. How do I get an end? Something I haven't gotten?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. I'm going to go left this
And
time.
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm sure there's something else I can do up here that I've not already done. Anything? What's in here? What's up there? Oh, this beats fire. Right? This might take a while. Oh, jeez. Oh, this is gonna take a while. I can't read what that says. Okay. I'm bored of this elevator. Get me off it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find
What
out?
other endings can I get? Like, what am I trying to do?
Now the monitors jumped
Yep,
to life.
monitors
Their
turn
true
on.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Come on, where am I going?
This mind control facility, it was too
What have I not
horrible to
unlocked?
believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this
I mean, I feel
time?
like there must be
Was
more
this the only reason he was
endings.
happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Yay!
And that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say...
Hold up, I gotta think. How the flip do I defeat this?
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything.
Blue 3.
Back the control wrested away
And
from
there's
you.
a 3,
It's
but
quite
I don't see no
rich.
blue
I
one.
must hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume
Let's
when you
see.
saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment.
I thought you said if I die, you reset too.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the
Not
action
the flipple, man. Why do I have to die again?
ticking away to your death.
Dying a lot in
You're
this
only
game.
still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world.
I don't
that's fine.
understand.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say...
Well, I think I'm just cooked. Wait a minute. Weren't there 5 seconds left?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today.
Huh.
We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
That's interesting. I don't think I can get anything because I don't believe there's a store here. This makes no darn sense.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
New content? What could this mean?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh?
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial
Money.
success,
Game
it was
Factory.
expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Crazy.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Yep, great adventure.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Let's go. Textures.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Content.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Okay.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Yeah, I can jump now. This is great content. This content is like, it's absolutely amazing. They took away my jumping. So I don't think that did anything. Whoa, so much content.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good.
Oh, let's go.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new
That's
content.
it? Oh, you've got to be kidding
Yay!
me, Stanley. This
This is
what
so much
happens
content.
when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed
Wait,
off on
does one
this?
actually say
I'm
that?
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Sure, it's a great time when I keep dying. Oh. Wasn't even an option. Wait a minute.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. want
Nope.
to show you something. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known.
What if I just stop you from talking? There, you can't talk no more.
Psst, Stanley,
Fine, I'll go this way.
come over here, in the vent. I want to show you something.
Is it new content? New content? Some new content? Let me ask you something. Is the content new?
Okay, you remember how cheap
Oh.
and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it
Yeah.
got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special, and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look. I call
Whoa.
it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Crazy.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then,
Crazy.
it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Yep, the average 2013 computer. Oh, I know that ending. Little Stanley. Okay, well, I guess Little Stanley's
And
there.
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art. Stanley Parable
Water.
strives and then succeeds
No, I don't
in
care.
every game
I don't care, bro.
ever created.
The water.
Did
I
you
only
hear
care about
that,
this
Stanley?
water. The water
Every
looks so
game
nice.
ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
Oh, Persona
And now
3. Let's go.
It's nothing.
Persona.
It's no games at all.
Persona.
It isn't even
Persona.
the Stanley Parable anymore.
Persona.
It's just
Persona.
a husk.
Persona.
Michael. A
Perso-
lifeless husk with an hour of new
Okay.
elevator content.
I love that hour of new elevator content. Okay.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything
Crazy.
else. It didn't need new
Come on.
content. It just
Let's
needed to
see.
be left alone.
Nothing to
To
do?
spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Dang. Yeah, video games really were not what they used to be. They are not what they... Oh. Can I get into the serious room? No? No serious?
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Oh, jeez.
These reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Not recommended. 2.9 hours on record. Posted July 28th, 2018 at 1:21 p.m.
Dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
There's a positive.
Funny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Positive. Positive.
Let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse.
What's that name?
To begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable...
Why are you reading all the negative ones and none of the positive ones? There's been more positive ones than negative.
Like I let these people die.
More people like it than dislike it, it seems. What are you trying to talk about?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. And it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations.
I just want to skip.
Well, there's sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45...
I don't care.
Stanley!
Womp womp.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
No.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen.
Well,
I have
let's
no
see what
idea
happens.
how long I'll be made... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week.
In a week,
I've been sitting here
in a week or two, all of the lights turn off.
Little person to speak with, and you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one
You know, I don't really care. Oh, he's gone. Oh. I killed him. Making that horrible beeping sound. It's annoying me.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertainer. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands.
Oh, yeah, he was annoying me too much. You know, guys, like, I hate it when you're annoyed a little bit, so you just gotta skip through, like, years.
Is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Oh, I think bro's broken. He's annoying me. Let's see what's going on around here. There's water dripping down. That's crazy. I'm just gonna skip that. Oh! What's happened here? Oh, well, womp womp. You know, it must suck. Oh! It broke again. Oh, there's gonna be an exit. Oh, there's plants and grass and stuff. This is kind of creepy. I'm skip. Thank you. Oh, it's not any better. No, skip. Getting worse. All of the plants are dead. Can I skip this? Skip button? I think the skip button broke. Can I skip this? Nope, I can't skip. I can't skip any farther. Where am I? No wonder everything died. Even the narrator's dead. Oh.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What? New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Is this the new content? So it must be the new content. That's clearly what it must be. Come on, some newer new content. Is the new content gonna be newer? Because it's new content upside down.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version.
So you got the ultra deluxe?
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Whoa!
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further, which is
I'm
why
in a box.
I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable.
Stanley Parable 2?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
Wow.
entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Slideshow presentation.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally
New content.
spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Whoa. It's a pretty big area.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
Oh, finally. Reassurance bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face
Is
of
this it?
crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, there we go. I can leave.
Does anyone
Merch.
give out awards for
Not
most
merch is crazy.
enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Oh, what's in here?
That really should be an award if it isn't already. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version,
Happy 12th
the office
birthday.
could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes
That's
when
funny.
you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Wow. But the reassurance bucket told me.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
The jump circle again.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
No jumping. I'm not going into that. Infinite hole. Exit. Well, I mean, it says free, new, plus easy achievement. Pull the lever. Wow.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee
What?
it will be fixed in the sequel. to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have
Come
been
on.
gloriously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
It's not working.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I mean, we have to see the exit. Infinite hole. That sounds fun. Whoa.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I mean, it's infinite.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
I don't believe you.
On the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Is it not infinite? Did you lie to me?
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Why?
I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
Yeah.
What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
What if I just don't?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I got bored of that. Let's go somewhere else. Somewhere fun. Somewhere interesting. How about we go into there? Because this is very normal.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
I got one collectible. Says collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Says collectibles. I have to find them? Do they glow at least?
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But
Ah,
the Stanley
darn.
Parable 2, now that's an
Let's see.
artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
Wow.
progress and innovation
Wait,
and
bankruptcy.
long-term franchising potential.
The baby's all grown up.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which... Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Wow.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I'm Jim.
I want you to
I'm Jim
imagine
now.
yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching
is that
your
couch so
dreams crumble
shiny?
into dust.
What did they do to the couch?
Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Let's just try it. And that, but that's too big, and that's really too big. Well, I guess I have to be Jim.
Yes, you see, what a thrill!
Think
What
you
a
need
rush.
help.
That was you. The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Fine. I'll do it again.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
But I wanted to be Jim. I am Jim. That's just who I am now.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Wow. I don't think you thought this through. Well, here's the exit.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
That's, pretty big.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. So
Can I
let's
jump
do an
into the hole?
experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Here it
I'm
is.
ready.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's Sort of. Okay, no.
Huh.
Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes. Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Wow. Even better.
Who am I
Congrats.
kidding, Stanley?
Amazing.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course.
Wow.
With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
Huh.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
The Stanley Parable 2. Huh, it all looks the same.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he... All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That's very interesting.
Stanley felt the bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up. Why was he not doing it?
What bucket?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
It's the exact
Stanley
same.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Where is the bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh,
Stanley
bucket.
picked up the bucket.
Now, what do I do with the bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
There's so much content.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I trust the bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yeah.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
You've been talking for too long. I wish I had the skip button right now. Where are we going? Why are we going down?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Yay! My beautiful bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't believe you. Oh, the door actually wasn't shut.
But of course, Stanley and the bucket thought better of it and realized they simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the
Come on,
bucket
let me go.
wondered to themselves.
I've heard this before. I don't know why I'm still playing this game. But I am. It's something to do.
Monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
I thought it was supposed to reassure me out. Why am I reassuring the bucket?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Well, I don't think a bucket
These
can do
thoughts
anything.
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Oh,
No!
jeez.
He screamed into
No,
the bucket.
reassurance bucket.
He couldn't
Reassure me.
accept it.
Reassure
His
me that
own
will be
life
fine.
in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket.
Yep, because we're really good.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
I don't see the
Freedom was
bucket.
now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door.
Oh, there's the bucket.
Wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Why?
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned.
Yep.
But it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Mom.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
What the bucket's too powerful.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least At least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I'll be completely fine as long as I have bucket.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed.
Am I becoming addicted to a bucket?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked.
Oh, I'm bored of this. I mean, barely anybody watched my stream anyway. But that's okay, because, something. Bye, guys. Subscribe, please.